Hey, what's up guys? Joker here, and I hope you're all doing well. Today I need to bring you another video on Ghost Recon Breakpoint. I know I already did a video earlier today, basically laying out all the reasons why you should consider not picking up Breakpoint. Things like the DRM, the bad game performance, the awful looter-shooter mechanics that were tacked onto this game. And literally moments after I uploaded that video, it then got basically posted online that the game has some of the worst and most predatory microtransactions we have ever seen in a game to date. These might even possibly be worse than Star Wars Battlefront 2. Did you just finish building a sweet gaming rig only to have this happen to you? Not to worry, because your CD Key has you covered with Windows 10 Pro licenses for under $15. And if you head over there right now, you could save 20% off with my code JPD20 at checkout. You'll receive your key within seconds, and then just click the start button and type activate to find the Windows activation screen, and all you gotta do then is paste your code in. For more info as well as that coupon code, be sure to check out the links down in the description below. And also, before we get into everything, I'm battling a little bit of a head cold right now, so if I sound a little bit nasally or my voice is a little scratchy, then that's the reason why. So just bear with me, we're going to get through all of this. So the game is actually, Breakpoint is actually available now if you have Uplay Plus or if you purchase the Gold Edition or the Ultimate Edition of the game. I was actually not aware that you could get the game 3 days early through either of those means, and as I have the game through Uplay Plus, I was like, oh great, so that means I can access it today, I could start benchmarking and stuff. But some of the first stuff that came out was all about the microtransactions. There was a post over on Reddit with screenshots of all the different microtransaction pages, and there's actually been some changes to that. So there's been some things developing throughout the day. I initially saw a video from Jim Sterling and then one from Yang Yeah, and yeah, in both of those videos they talked about, you know, some of the microtransactions, but some things have actually been removed. So it seems like Uplay is actually responding to this rather quickly without making any sort of press release or anything like that, and removing some of these microtransactions, but they're still in an extremely awful state. And the thing that they removed was probably the most egregious, and they probably would have gotten the most heat for it. I definitely would have ripped them a new one for it. So I'll show you one of the screenshots here. The thing that was actually removed was the skill point purchases. As you can see, this is one of the screenshots from the original Reddit post. You can see a lot of the different upgrades here for their time savers. There's a whole bunch of tabs of different things you can buy in the game, like weapons, clothing, gear, all that stuff. But one of the most egregious ones was the time savers that basically allowed you to level up your character. I mean, 60 skill points on that skill tree. You could basically buy every single skill in the skill tree, completely max out your character day one for 2,400 of their ghost coins that you could buy in the store, which is like a little more than $20, I believe. I'll get into the actual menus here in a moment. We'll go over all of that. But this was one of the most egregious screenshots in my mind, because you can basically max out your character day one without ever having to play a single minute of the game. You could buy 60 skill points and pretty much just have a fully fledged character, hop into PvP, whatever, and have a complete leg up on everyone else in the game. So this was awful. Thankfully, it looks like those have been removed now, but as I said, Ubisoft has not made any public statement on this as far as I'm aware of over on Twitter or on their website or anything like that. And it looks like they've now removed these skill point upgrades from the game. But that doesn't change the fact that everything else in here, as far as I know, is still in the game and can be purchased with real-world currency to give yourself it's basically pay to win. It is 100% pay to win with, you know, free-to-play type mechanics built into it to try to be as predatory as possible so that you want to pull your wallet out and pay for items in this game to get an early advantage. So we're now in the game menus, and we're going to go ahead and hop into the store and see what exactly is in there and why these microtransactions are so bad and why nobody should be supporting this game. You should not be laying out money to support this game. I've got Uplay Plus. That's the only reason I have access to it, but I have no interest in really playing this game, and I don't think my free month has even expired yet, so I'm kind of thinking about probably canceling my Uplay Plus, as I don't think they have any other games coming out this year that I want to play, and all their previous titles that I would play, like Rainbow Six and The Division 2, I already own digital licenses for those, so I really don't need Uplay Plus if I'm not going to play this game, and I don't think anyone should play it. It's a bad game, it's super boring, and now shit like this. So let's get into the store, shall we? Now, if you remember, I was mentioning the time saver screen, so if we go into that really quick right here, you can see that the Skill point upgrades are now gone. Those are completely gone. Everything else is here though, so you can get all of your assault rifle upgrades, SMGs, DMRs, you name it, crafting material bundles, large crafting material bundles. You can get all of that stuff to give yourself a leg up in the game. So it's good that they got rid of the skill point upgrades and being able to buy those early on, but it doesn't change the fact that of all the other stuff that is available in here right now. You can see that they have literally every single weapon in the game that you could think about using is right here in this shop, so that you can buy it with real world money and have access to these things. These things right here are purchasable. This little icon denotes the ghost coins, which as you can see I have 0 of. There's also scale credits, which you unlock during your play of the game. However, the store has an extremely limited selection now of the items that you can purchase in-game with the scale credits. I believe when I looked at the weapon screen in the in-game shop, there was about 7 guns that I could buy versus the beta. During the open beta phase, actually, it was more like this. It had every single gun in there, and you could purchase them with scale credits, which you can just get by playing the game, selling loot that you've picked up that you don't want to keep. You could also dismantle your gear and get crafting materials that way if you wanted to do that. But basically, during the open beta, all of these guns were present in the store. It was just pages and pages of guns and gear and things that you could just buy with scale credits in order to be able to play the game, which was kind of enticing. But now a lot of that stuff has basically been carved out of the in-game shop, and now you have to purchase it with real money. And 300 ghost coins basically works out to about $2.50. 600 ghost coins is $5. So that's basically what you're looking at there. on the weapon, sorry. As I told you, I'm a little sick here, so sorry if I gotta clear my throat. But every weapon you could possibly think of, you can go ahead and get early access to them or grab bundles if you want to and just get every single thing in the game. You want all the assault rifles, plop down roughly $20 and you'll be off to the races and running with that shit. Attachments, every single attachment you could think of in the game. Scopes, muzzles, underbarrels, magazines, rails, everything. Bundles for those, of course. Vehicles, one of the things that you're going to want the most is traversing around in the game world is extremely tedious because it's a massive map, and also they have this ridiculous stamina system where you run like 10 feet and your guy is completely knackered, just absolutely gassed, like he can't even move. Like, this guy's supposed to be like a trained soldier, Navy SEAL, what have you, and this guy can't run more than 10 feet with a rucksack and a gun before he's ready to fucking pass out. I'm almost 500 goddamn pounds. I could run further than the fucking guy in this game with a backpack and a gun. That's right. It's so stupid. So you need vehicles. There's vehicles in the game, of course, but yeah, they've got them here so that you could purchase them, and probably some of the coolest ones, tanks and things like that, trucks, you name it. They pretty much got everything here. Motorcycles, helicopters, whatever you want to buy, they have in here so that you could purchase it with your real world's currency. Of course, it's not limited to just weapons, the cosmetics and stuff, which I wouldn't even be making this video if it was only the cosmetics. If they had stuck to nothing but the cosmetics as being able to purchase with real world currency, I would have been absolutely fine with that if there was some cool gear they wanted to do, some kind of unique stuff. But this stuff in here, this is like just literally stuff you find in the game, when you're playing it. It's just being able to go and buy it with real world money and make people want to avoid actually playing the game and grinding out to go ahead and try to find this stuff randomly around the world throughout the map by playing it. So it's just these shortcuts here, paints, gear camos. You could even buy scale credits with real world money. The in-game currency, which you can earn by playing, you can buy that with real world money. Of course, the time savers, we already went over those, and that's it. And oh yeah, the year one pass, which I own. Apparently that's part of the Uplay Plus edition. I think they basically give you the highest tier version of the game on Uplay Plus. I know that's how it works with Origin Access, so it's probably the same thing here. But yeah, the year one pass is, of course, here for $40. You could buy the year one pass for the game for $40 on top of the game, which you already paid $60 for. Absolutely ridiculous. Like I said, some of the worst microtransactions I've seen since Battlefront 2. Is it worse than Battlefront 2? I'll let you guys be the judge of that. Let me know down in the comments below your thoughts on this. If there wasn't enough reasons to avoid this game already, like the game sucking ass, and everything else, the Nouveau DRM, you name it, now we've got these ridiculous pay-to-win microtransactions, which you have no argument against. Even if you're willing to put up with that other stuff because you really like Wildlands and you want to play this game too with your friends, these microtransactions are just obscene and they should not be supported. They should not be getting your $60 because otherwise they're just going to continue to do this shit. And this, honestly, I have thought of Ubisoft as one of the better publishers when it comes to this kind of stuff. I thought, like, in Division 2 and Rainbow Six Siege, it was, you know, it was all fine and dandy. It wasn't really that bad when it came to microtransactions. It was pretty much just aesthetics. But now this pretty much puts them up into the S tier of fucking shit developers, along with Activision and Electronic Arts, and I should say publishers, not developers. So, yeah, completely fucked from the floor up. Breakpoint, can't say that I would recommend buying this game. You might even say that the game has reached a breaking point. Bad puns, dad jokes, who knows. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here and nurse my little head cold and suck on some more cough drops. I'm not sucking on anything else. Hopefully Ubisoft can go suck a fat one, though, and fuck this game. Fuck it right up its curly ass. I don't know, why wouldn't the ass be curly? You would have curly hair. I digress. I'm going to go. Leave me your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below, as I look forward to reading through those for sure. I'll see you guys tomorrow for another video, though. Ta-ra.